Hey, I've got two thoughts for you today. If you are a solopreneur, a creative person with lots of projects on the go, lots of dreams, ambitions, aspirations, just want to get so much out of you into the world, right? So you love creating, you love producing things, getting things done, and seeing the impact of that in the world, or just the joy of sharing. So, and this is equally for those of you who are, running a business or even doing different kinds of work, and it's just been really busy. So, when those weeks come, and I think they come for all of us, there's quieter times of the year, and then there's times that are really busy, right? So, not going into how to structure, how to prioritize, that's a separate topic. But once you have a lot to do, and when we want to, I suppose, contribute value and really fulfill our potential, it does require to do things, to take action, right? It's a balance of work and play, and work and rest. So activity and rest, doing and being. It's a balance. It's not just being, but of course it's also not just doing. But today I'm addressing the doing side of things, which is required in anything you want to achieve, even in just surviving, right? Because I say we, probably most of us, if not all of us, need to earn a living and, put the food on the table and keep the roof above our heads. So that requires work in itself, let alone all the other things that we dream about and want to create. So, thought number one, if this has been a really busy time for you, or whenever there is a busy time for you, just remember this. You can do anything temporarily. So, I hope that's making sense. What I mean by that is you can do anything that has an end point. So when we humans see something that has an end point, it's tangible, we feel we have control of it, we can see the end, and it's a lot easier to endure. It's a lot harder and stressful when we are in a situation that we perhaps perceive as unsustainable long term and we don't see the end in sight. So really important to acknowledge to yourself, you can do anything. You are so resilient. You can do anything in the short term or temporarily. So everything is temporary. Remind yourself that. And it is up to you to set that boundary, to set that end point, right? Sometimes they are set naturally. Sometimes they're set by the project ending. Sometimes you need to do that, right? So that's the first. To know that if you are feeling really kind of stretched or even stressed by so much work or overwhelmed, give yourself some credit. You are stronger than you think. Maybe in the moment it doesn't seem like it, and I'll get to the second thought that will help with that. But first of all, it's important to acknowledge that you can handle a lot. Or, as I said, you can handle anything in the short term. We are designed to survive. So just remember that. And then the second thing that will help with, I suppose, with how you go through this period, the busy period, so you kind of stay balanced, stay well, stay in one piece, as I like to call it, but obviously more than just in one piece. You want to feel well. You want to thrive as you go through this. You want to reap the benefits, not just of the results of your labor, but of the journey. And how to do that, there's so many ways. But one thing I want to point out today, which I just been reminded of myself in my day, is to build in moments or activities that bring you joy. Not just breaks. It's so important to build in breaks, of course. And I had to learn that the hard way after years of trying to plan and planning back-to-back activities, like work activities and work blocks and no breaks. Anyway, breaks are important. But not just any break. Really think about, this is about building in things that energize you, things that light you up, things that bring you joy. So think about that. Which activities do that for you? And sometimes it's going to be quite the opposite of what the work kind of entails. If the work is very heavy, mental, processing and a lot of sitting, then you may want to go what's the kind of opposite. Maybe you go for a walk and where you just let the impressions wash over you and you kind of rest your mind, you don't process mentally, for example. Or I'll give you my example why I'm sharing this today, because I love NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and coaching. I find it's really funny. My partner actually reflected to me once, and I walked by and in the house he's like, "Did you have a coaching session?" And I was like, "Yeah, how do you know?" And he said, "He can see it in my face." I was glowing. I was literally glowing. So this work is something that energizes me so much. And today it wasn't a coaching session, but it was an NLP kind of practice group, getting together with my NLP peers and discussing methods, techniques, and how we would apply it, and kind of thinking through how basically thinking about coaching sessions, if you will, NLP coaching sessions. And I came out of that workshop during a really busy day, completely transformed. I was surprised, to be honest, because I've been working really hard lately. It's been really busy, and and I was even contemplating not joining because I felt so busy that I could really use those 2 hours for, to do more work. And then something within me, something that's wise enough now, that's learned over the years and the months, even just of this year, that no, this is so important. I'm doing this. This is time for me to replenish, to recharge. So I joined, and I was so happy I did. So ask yourself, what are those activities that bring you joy, that light you up, that energize you? And make sure you build them into your week. Because what that will do, beside any benefit of that activity itself, it will energize, it will let you go through your week in a way, not deplete yourself, in a way that you can just do a lot more. You'll be a lot more resilient. So I hope this has been useful. I'll stop here, and remember, you can do anything in the short term. You can handle anything. You are resilient. And number 2, build in those moments of joy and those activities that light you up and that energize you. Okay. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon.